10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It wasn't
Reclaiming my time. In April,
times is when does something actually become custom
Reclaiming my time. This is not a trick question.
in this country
I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. General.
without any remedy at all.
I'm reclaiming my time. Let me share with you.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time.
Directed.
Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time.
But he found
Reclaiming my time without political bias.
He said he
And in
found no
April,
evidence.
reclaiming my time, Mr. Attorney,
where
reclaiming
the
my
video is
time,
from. That's where the
reclaiming my
video is
time,
from.
Mr. Barr.
occurring substances.
Attorney General, reclaiming my time. There are rules by which we operate here. I would ask you to respect them.
But
There's
the
no question for
64
you yet.
Act did not
Excuse me.
extend to...
Reclaiming my time, sir. In both documents.
Mr. Attorney General,
I think
reclaiming
that's
my
what I
time.
was talking about.
Reclaiming my time.
I
You
think that's
stated-
what it's...
Okay, reclaiming my time. And again, I'm happy.
Shame on you, Mr. Barr.
Can I just say, Mr.
Shame on you.
Can I just
My
say,
time is expired.
I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah, you want to speak on the battles I've won, but I'm reclaiming my time. Well, that's not why I brought you here to share it. I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah, don't read my resume because I was there. I'm reclaiming my time.
Bless America, and welcome to the Jaz McKay Show, twitch.tv. Yeah. Also doing it on, I guess we're still on Facebook. I'll have to check later. I mean, I have been blocked from Facebook. I don't know if you know this or not, if you're aware of it, but I got it. Oh, I was bad. I was so bad. You want to know what I did to get blocked from Facebook? I'm in a 30-day Facebook jail. My attorneys have filed an appeal, but we'll see what happens with that. Probably not a whole heck of a lot. But, yeah, I filed for an appeal, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. But I was bad. I was really bad. Yes, indeed. Yeah, buddy, I'm a bad man, dude. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. I was born that way. Mrs. McKay made me that way when I was born on that day in 1958. Yeah, buddy. August 4th, 1958, I came down to shoot. My mama took one look at me, and she said, "That's a bad man right there. That's a bad man right there." So I posted a picture, and I knew I wasn't supposed to post the video, but I didn't know that it extended to the pictures. I posted a picture of the doctors. You know, the ones I'm talking, the forbidden doctors, those horrible, evil doctors, the frontline doctors that gathered in front of the Supreme Court on Monday to talk about hydrochloroquine or however you say it. And how that how this drug, this malaria drug, which is used to treat lupus patients. My wife has been on the drug off and on. She's got lupus, and she's been on the drug off and on for, I don't know, 12, 13, 15, 20, 30 years, however long it was, when she was first diagnosed with lupus. If you have somebody with lupus, you may know somebody who's been on hydroxychloroquine. There it is, hydroxychloroquine. It's been used anytime. If anybody out there has ever traveled to, say, West Africa, taken one of those nice trips to West Africa to go see all those beautiful West African countries, you probably were given hydroxychloroquine before you left by your doctor. But now it's the most dangerous drug known to man, at least according to Dr. Dorsey. Dr. Dorsey and Dr. What's his name? Zuckerberg, Dr. Dorsey from Twitter. Of course, he's the world's most famous doctor next to Dr. Fauci and Dr. Frankenstein and Dr. X. All those doctors at Twitter and all those doctors over there at the Amazon, that would be your Dr. Bezos. They have said, no, sir, you can't take that hydroxychloroquine and you can't talk about it because that could actually prove to be fatal to Joe Biden, because it could prevent Joe Biden from becoming elected president if the word gets out that Donald Trump was right when he suggested back in March, earlier this year in March, that hydroxychloroquine, or whatever the hell it's called, could possibly be the miracle drug to treat the COVID-19. And it was stated back then by President Donald Trump that that could be the miracle drug. That could be what it is. And there's a faction of people within this country, according to polls and research and focus groups, that say they're not sure if they would vote for Donald Trump for re-election. They voted for him in 2016, but they don't want to vote for him this year because they're afraid. They just don't like the way he's handled the COVID situation, and that Donald Trump has misled people. Well, if it turns out that Donald Trump was right, and I believe he was, that hydroxychloroquine is the miracle drug to take care of this COVID thing, well, that would mean all those people that said, well I'm not going to vote for him because he was suggesting that we take fish tank cleaner or, I don't know, inject bleach or some other shit like that. Well, if they find out that he was right about the hydroxychloroquine, they might change their minds and vote for Donald Trump and not Joe Biden. So that is the reason why the Frontline Doctors video has been banned. Now, I've not been banned from YouTube or Twitter. Although it's interesting, on Twitter, you'll find the video of the Frontline Doctors, including Dr. Emanuel. You find her. She's there. She's the African-American lady from Houston. She was born and raised in West Africa. And she is the doctor that said, I would like to see Dr. Fauci. I would like to see Dr. Fauci take a urine test because I do believe he's probably on hydroxychloroquine. Well, that video is actually now, I guess it's okay to put it up on Twitter because it's on Twitter and it's being shared like crazy on Twitter. It's not been taken down. But Facebook blocked me because I put a picture on my Facebook page of the Frontline Doctors. That's all it did. That's all it was a picture. That's how anal they are over there. And they blocked me for 30 days. And so I was able to find out a little information about the person over at Facebook who actually did the blocking, the person that was in charge. Do you want to see? I actually have a picture that I will share with you right now here on the Jaz McKay Show at www.twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show. I will show you that picture. I found out who it was. It's a woman named Randy. That's right. Her name is Randy, and she is the one responsible for blocking me, and I'm doxing her, and I'm going to let you know this is her. This is a picture of the censor at Facebook, and she may have been blocking you. Who knows? This is Randy. There you go. That's who's in charge of the community standards at Facebook. Anyway, I thought I would also encourage the folks out there that are watching this program as it unfolds on Facebook, on my face. It's weird because there I am on the Facebook page. I am blocked from the Facebook page, but still this show is streaming on Facebook, and I am doing Facebook Live. I don't know. I haven't got a clue. But if you are watching this show on Facebook, I would ask for you to please come on over here to twitch.tv. There's the little address down below. You see it right there? Isn't that nice? Yeah. Bob put that. Thank you, Bob. You're welcome. I appreciate it. Bob, our producer here on the show. Give it up for Bob.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bob, that was an underwhelming response from our audience. But that's the address right there. That's the Addy. That'll get you to the show on Twitch. And we're asking that you come over to Twitch to watch the show if you would, so we can build up our numbers over here. We need to build up our numbers over here at twitch.tv. We have to build up our viewership at twitch.tv, the Jaz McKay Show, the same way the Democrats have to build up the numbers of people that die of COVID-19 in order to ensure they have the best chance of Joe Biden winning this election. This is why you can't talk about, nor can you get, in a lot of states, hydrochloroquine, because it will cure you. It's likely that it will, according to these frontline doctors, cure you of the COVID-19 if you get it, if you take it early enough. If you take, according to these doctors, and these are doctors. This isn't just some damn, largely peaceful podcaster who's saying this. These doctors are saying this, and they're actual doctors that actually treat actual patients. They're not some doctor that works for the government who's getting a little side action from the Democrat Party to badmouth the president or anything that the president says when it comes to the hydrochloroquine. It says something about the COVID-19 about hydrochloroquine. Oh, we can't have that. No, we can't have that. Speaking of no, Dr. No. That's what we're going to start calling Dr. Fauci from now on, is Dr. No. You expect me to talk, Dr. No? No, I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. So any hooter, a lot of talk. Now, again, the mask thing. See, now I was curious as to what was the big issue with the doctors, you see. Because the doctors go out there. These are actual doctors. There's 8 of them who go out there and do this little press conference on Monday. And it goes live, and it gets like 70 gazillion views on social media all over the world. And when Jack Dorsey over at Twitter and Mark Zuckerberg over at Facebook and your Bezos over there at your YouTube realize this, they're like, oh, crap, we got to block that. Now, what is it about what they said? What was the problem? Is it that they were talking about hydrochloroquine, which is what I think it is, or were they saying that masks may or may not be a good thing to wear? Because they didn't actually say don't wear a mask. What they said was that, it might be right for some people, might be not so good for others, and there's, the mask is not going to block these teeny, eensy-weensy little microscopic particles of COVID-19, the nasty stuff that'll get through the cloth masks in particular. You have to wear, what did they say? Now, we know about the N95 mask, but they were talking about the N99, which is something, I don't know, I haven't researched it. Has anybody out there, Bob, did you research the N99 mask? No. You didn't? Okay. Because they said N99 or N100 masks would most assuredly block out any virus from getting in you. But I don't think any of you guys watching me right now on the Facebooks or the Twitters or are we on the Twitters? Or Bob, are we on the Twitters? No. Okay. We're not on the Twitters, but we're on the Facebooks, and we're also on the YouTubes. And we're right here at twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show. That's where I would like most of you, please, to come watch us. Because they're not going to take us down from here, at least so far. At least at this point. We are still allowed to do this show here. And you can get the whole show, and you won't see it blocked or portions of it muted like you will on the YouTubes. Now, here's the thing, though. The mask, there seems to be a huge debate still raging over whether or not you should wear a mask. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this. Some of you may be anti-maskers. Some of you may be very pro wearing a mask. And if you choose, I have said this from day one, if you choose to wear the mask, more power to you. Wait a minute, wrong fist. More power to you, brother. More power to you. Mask lives matter. Woo! Mask lives matter. Woo! Come on, everybody. Mask lives matter. Yeah. Wear the mask. If you want to wear the mask, wear the mask. I don't give a flying flippity fuck. But if you choose not to wear a mask, I feel the same way. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't like wearing them. And when I do, I'll wear it the same way Dr. Fauci has recommended wearing it, like he did at that baseball game the other day. Remember that? He's at the baseball game the other day, and he had the mask on. He did have a mask on. He did. He just wasn't exactly wearing it the way some people might have suggested or think that he should wear the mask. And kind of had it down under his chin and seemed to be kind of upsetting to some folks. Didn't bother me at all because that's the way I wear my mask. You know the picture. You saw it. There it is right there for you. That's the way Dr. Fauci wears his mask, and that's pretty much the way I wear mine. I don't actually wear it as a mask. I wear it as a beard bib. I put it down here like this, and I gather up this big old giant gray beard of mine and shove it up inside of the thing. And last night I was having spaghetti, and I tell you what, they come in damn handy. And I had one of my Facebook friends, before I was blocked from Facebook, one of my Facebook friends say, I don't think that's real. Is that real? That looks Photoshopped to me. And I said, look, dude, I did some Photoshop a few years ago. That is not a Photoshop picture. In fact, the good doctor has actually admitted that, yeah, that's him. Get it down a little bit smaller, Bob. There you go. Perfect. Now just move it over a little bit so everybody can see it. That's the way Dr. Fauci likes it. That's the way he likes to wear his mask over there. That's your Dr. Fauci right there at the baseball game. What was that? The Cardinals and the, I don't know. Who was they playing? Bob, look at me when I'm, who were they playing?
The Fort Lauderdale Weenies.
The Fort Lauderdale Weenies. Okay, so anyway, I don't know who they were. I don't know. I could care less. But anyway, so that's the way Dr. Fauci wears his mask. But the debate is raging. I mean, the debate. I got into it with a buddy of mine who was telling me, this dude I'd known for years back in Michigan, and his name is Jason. And Jason was just going off about how proud he is of himself because he wears a mask. He's about 20 years younger than me. I've known Jason for a long time. He used to be the manager of his band. And Jason said, I wear the mask to protect you, Jaz. And I said, well, I appreciate that, Jason. I do. He said, you're old. I said, yes, I am. I am old. In comparison to you, I am old. Yes, sir, Jason. I truly am. He said, well, I wear that mask to protect you, my brother. And I said, Jason, I appreciate that. God bless you, brother. But you back in Michigan, I'm here in Bakersfield, California. I really don't think that dadgum virus traveled. But then again, well, wait a minute. Are you wearing the mask to protect me, or are you wearing the mask to protect you? The debate just rages. And, of course, the media is talking about it. Oh, hell's bells. Yeah, the media is all over the damn thing. The media likes to talk about this this COVID thing and the mask thing, and they are real big. They are real big. The media on, you know what I like to say? I tell people this all the time, that the media is real big on sort of instigate. They're like provocateurs. There's a term. There's an old term. I believe it. Honey, is it agent provocateur in French? Is that how you say it? Agent provocateur. Agent of provocation. That's me. I'm Jaz McKay, agent provocateur. Well, most of your media is agent provocateur. They are agents of provocation. So they do all their news programs with the intent and the idea of getting people all riled up. You know, that's kind of what it used to be. They were to inform us of the news. That's really not what they do anymore. Let's be honest. So anyway, these agents of provocation in the media like to go on and on and on about the masks, and they make all of us who don't want to wear a mask. I mean, I will occasionally wear one. I've got this one is the one that I've been wearing a lot lately. I'll see here, right here. Oh yes, it is. This is what you call your Gadsden flag, your "Don't Tread on Me" mask. I kind of like this one. It's special because it smells good. Is what it is. It smells good. But I'm claustrophobic. I don't like wearing a mask. But the debate rages. The debate rages on and on and on about the mask, and the debate just will not end on about the mask, and we're just all going crazy on the mask deal, and no, we got to wear a mask. Oh no, you don't. And the debate, it's called the mask. In fact, I think it will go down in history as the Great Mask Debate. The Great Mask Debate.
This morning, as COVID cases mount across the country, the mask debate is intensifying.
People are very passionate on both sides of the great mask debate.
The partisan mask debate is heating up.
Mask debate's growing.
The president is trying to have us cover the mask debate.
CVS, Target, and Walgreens are getting in on the mask debate.
The mask debate now taking center stage at local restaurants.
It's 9 minutes after 6 now, and there's new video of a raging mask debate. The mask debate in Georgia is getting ugly. The great mask debate in West Virginia might soon be coming to an end.
This mask debate is far from over.
How many mask debates have you gotten into? Love to hear it.
The mask debate was taken to a whole nother level.
Bishop David Zubik tells Pittsburgh's Action News 4 he found himself in the middle of a mask debate.
And we'll dive deeper into this pet store mask debate.
So we're going to begin with this thing we're calling the Great Mask Debate.
Excuse me, yes. Well, certainly, yeah, you heard that right. You're never going to hear that term again. You're never going to hear the term mask debate exactly the same way again.
This morning, as COVID cases mount across the country, the mask debate is intensifying.
People are very passionate on both sides of the great mask debate.
The partisan mask debate is heating up.
Mask debate's growing.
The president is trying to have us cover the mask debate.
CVS, Target, and Walgreens are getting in on the mask debate.
The mask debate now taking center stage at local restaurants.
It's 9 minutes after 6 now, and there's new video of a raging mask debate.
There was a raging masturbate. They were in the restaurant all masturbating. Oh my God, it was a masturbation party is what it was. Folks, we live in a time, we live in some pretty crazy ass times, don't we? Yes, we do. There used to be a time, one reason, there's all this talk about the police and defunding the police. One reason why we need the police is so that pregnant women can get to the hospital without hesitation, And some of you may be old enough to remember some of the old comedy scenarios, maybe of the TV shows or movies of the 50s and 60s where the husband is driving to get his wife to the hospital and she's having she's having a baby. That's all they said back then was she's having a baby. But, ostensibly her water broke, right? So he's rushing to get her to the hospital and then the cop pulls him over. He says, I'm trying to get my wife to the hospital. She's having a baby. And then the cop rides a motorcycle in front. He goes, follow me. And the guy's driving along. Okay, that's why we need cops. To give us police escorts to get the women to the hospital in case they're having a baby. Well, you know what else we need cops for in regards to pregnant ladies? We need cops to make sure that the freaking Black Lives Matter hooligans aren't blocking traffic to prevent pregnant ladies from getting to the hospital. It happened right over there, just over the hill, right, in San Luis Obispo. And I didn't find out about this until just a few minutes before I went on the air, and I found the video of it, and this is from the Cal Coast Times. I would post a link. I would post a link for you on Facebook, but I can't because, after all, well, you know how it is. But the Cal Coast Times is reporting that on July 21st of this month, just a little over a week ago, that there was a huge protest in San Luis Obispo, which is just, 90 or so miles or 100 miles to the west of us. I love San Luis Obispo. Lived there for years. If it weren't for the hippies and all the dadgum brain-dead fucking liberals, to be honest with you, that would be a great place to live. I mean, the climate over there, Pismo Beach, you got Morro Bay. Are you freaking kidding me? Clam chowder, the Splash Cafe, and Taco Works chips. All of that. Oh, and McClintock's beans. Oh, Moe's Barbecue. All of that rolled into one in San Luis Obispo. Listen to this from the Cal Coast Times. After congregating at Mitchell Park, approximately 300 Black Lives Matter protesters walked onto Highway 101 from both Osos Street and California Boulevard. I know exactly where this is. They blocked all lanes of traffic in both directions for over an hour. While on the highway, protesters ran after vehicles attempting to drive off the freeway and attempted to drag people from their vehicles. This is in San Luis Obispo. Attempted to drag people from their vehicles, then they blocked their vehicles. They screamed and yelled at the drivers, according to videos of the protest. This is called a protest. Where the fuck do these people get off? Somebody is blocked off by a bunch of raging lunatics on a freeway, and they attempt to turn around or to drive off the freeway to get back onto a city street, and these sons of bitches chase them down. These assholes chase. This is why you carry a concealed weapon. This is why you get a CCW permit, because you never know when one of these maniacs is going to drag you out of your car, your truck, your vehicle, and try and beat the shit out of you, try to kill you, which they have done. You've seen the videos from Portland and Seattle and other places. This so-called protest, right, on the 101 in San Luis Obispo on July 21st prevented critical care nurses. Are you ready for this? Critical care nurses from getting to work at the hospital at the Marion Regional Medical Center in Santa Maria during a shift change. That's just one thing. I'm going to show you a video. I have the video. A man in a white pickup truck attempted to get around the protesters by driving on the shoulder of the highway, but his path was blocked, and a woman in the passenger seat of that truck told protesters that a pregnant woman was in the back seat and about to give birth to a baby. They asked, please let our truck through. Guess what? Black Lives Matter basically said, I'm sorry, but your emergency is not nearly as important as our protest. The only thing that would make this better is if the woman in the back seat was African American, but she wasn't. Unfortunately, she was not a person of preferred pigmentation. She was white. Tanya Iris Arata, A-R-A-T-A. Would you pronounce that? Arata? Tanya Iris Arata, the organizer of the protest, who moved, by the way, from Portland to San Luis Obispo several years ago. Oh, now we're importing these assholes from fucking Portland. Can you believe that shit? This woman moves from Portland to San Luis Obispo several years ago, and another protester discussed whether the woman's water had broken and if she was really in labor. They're questioning whether or not the woman is in labor. We now we are reduced to actually having to plead with terrorists. That's what these people are. These are not protesters. These are terrorists. These are domestic fucking terrorists. We have to plead with these sons of bitches to be allowed to get to the hospital, to make use of the roads that we pay for. Do you see I mean, we pay for these roads with our taxes. And we're not allowed to use them because Black Lives Matter's little temper tantrum is more important than a baby being born. Here is what Aratia said, Aratia, whatever her name is. She said, quote, "It's not worth it. She's ignorant." She turned and marched away from the truck screaming Black Lives Matter. This is what Major League Baseball has given into. NASCAR has bowed down to. Social media, all the major corporations in this country are bowing down to. I heard the other day, I don't know if is this true that they are going to, that Ford, is this true? That Ford is going to make a Black Lives Matter edition, one of their SUV models is going to make a BLM edition. Did you hear this? All of these major, huge, I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a rumor. And it may be a rumor I just started. I don't know. But all of these huge companies, all these huge corporations, the entire Democrat Party are backing a group that says you're not worth it. Your baby is not worth it. Black Lives Matter is more important. And that if you want to get through to the hospital, you're just ignorant. So anyway, they went back to their blockade of Highway 101, and the rioters marched on the freeway. On the freeway. Aratia then directed others to stop all vehicles carrying an American flag on a pole, which is upside down, by the way. She chased after several cars. A drone video shows Aratia hitting one of the cars with her flagpole. One moonbat applied a skateboard to the back of a car window, shattered the car window, and inside the back seat of that car, a 4-year-old child. Following the protest, San Luis Obispo police officers arrested Aratia, 20, on charges of participation in a riot, unlawful assembly, conspiracy, unlawful imprisonment, and resisting arrest. But then again, of course, she was immediately let go because you can't arrest anybody in the state of California on those particular charges, unfortunately. She was released, here it says right here again in the newspaper report, she was released on her own recognizance. Yeah, I wonder if she's going to take off and go back to Portland, or she'll actually show up, excuse me, in court. An officer was assaulted, kicked in the crotch by a 22-year-old during the arrest. And get this, the mayor of San Luis Obispo was there and endorsed it all. The mayor of San Luis Obispo, Heidi Harmon? Yeah. San Luis Obispo Mayor Heidi Harmon, who has repeatedly asked the public to support Black Lives Matter, joined in the protest. Are you kidding me? She joined in the protest but left early to attend a city council meeting before the group walked upon the highway. San Luis Obispo Democrat Socialists of America, a group of socialist, communist, anarchist, all looking to upend capitalism and build working class power, raise the funds to pay bail money for the guy that kicked the cop in the crotch. $50,000 bail for that one anyway. That's according to their Facebook page. The local organization has ties with Harmon. Oh, okay, so the San Luis Obispo Democrat Socialist of America. So, Mayor Heidi Harmon of San Luis Obispo, this part I didn't read earlier, so pardon me for laughing, is a member of the organization. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Holy cow. So Harmon, the mayor of San Luis Obispo, is a socialist. She's a member of the Socialists of America. Harmon calls for taxpayer money to be spent imposing social and radical equality. It would not be surprising. It would not be surprising to me, anyway, if some of the public cash that she spends, that she spreads around, after all, the mayor has that kind of spending power, ends up finding its way into the pockets of these left-wingers. What do you think? They've already got, do you guys remember when the chief of police lost her gun in San Luis Obispo? I want to say that was about a year and a half ago. She left it in the bathroom of a restaurant and then tried to blame it on somebody else. That was the chief of police of San Luis Obispo. She lost her gun. She went to the bathroom. She de-gunned. She removed the gun from her holster while she squatted on the potty and left it on the back of the toilet. It was a unisex bathroom, and she claimed that somebody went in and took the gun because when she went, she realized like 15 minutes later she didn't have her gun, went back to whatever, Hardee's or Rally's or whatever it was, where she had left the gun, and went back in the bathroom and it wasn't there. And then she insisted that somebody had stolen it that actually hadn't, and had detectives go over and roust this guy. Oh my God, it was a huge scandal in San Luis Obispo. But this just typifies the allegiance, the alliance between liberal Democrats, local authorities, and Black Lives Matter terrorists. Stop calling them protesters. Start calling them rioters and terrorists, because that's exactly what they are. They terrorized a young woman in San Luis Obispo who was just trying to get to the hospital. She was pregnant. She was about to give birth. She's trying to get to the hospital, but she can't get to the hospital because the Black Lives Matter people have taken over the street. Unbelievable. You want to see the video? I think we have the video. Yes, we do. Okay, we do have the video. Now, watch all of this. It starts out in the park. It starts out with the protest in the park, and then goes to the freeway, where you'll see the situation go down with the white pickup truck with the woman in the back who is pregnant.
I was wondering if we could have some volunteers hold this big Black Lives Matter sign in the front of our protest and set the pace. And yeah. It's right here. Yeah. Oh, and before we go, we have hella new chance, because I'm burnt out on saying the same thing. I don't know about y'all. You can't get hurt. Get out of the road.
Roll down the window? Don't tell me that. She can't roll down the window? I just want to tell her I'm sorry for all of this. If she really is back there, I can't see it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about all of this. Like, we don't know these things. We're just trying to get off the road.
I just want to do Black Matter movement. Then you stand with us. I'm right here. Not that you want to be. You fucking arguing with the wrong fucking person, man. Right on, you guys. I believe it. Maybe, yeah.
Y'all brought me here.
I understand that. I'm not here. I'm just saying nothing bad about it.
Explain. Please explain. What we gonna do about it?
Y'all brought us here. I want y'all to know that.
I'm not rich enough to leave, so please explain. How am I supposed to leave? Go start somewhere else.
They took it from me.
They took it from you.
Yes, sir.
You should understand the pain.
I do.
So why the fuck are you telling us to leave?
Did I say leave? I did not say leave.
They took your country. Why are you abiding by that flag?
I know.
They took your country. You made them. I should know, but you ain't Indian. You just trying to say that shit.
Well, what tribe though? What tribe?
The problem was here.
Actually, yeah. What tribe?
She won't even have a conversation. I told her she'd get off the
No,
freeway.
she's ignorant. She's.
Hey, you can leave. Hey,
No, she has a pregnant daughter and all that.
And I was trying to get y'all off the freeway.
I know.
I said, if she really pregnant, she really
She
shouldn't have.
worries about everybody getting hurt.
All I was saying was,
She
if
does
she
what
was
you
in
got to
labor,
get
if the
her.
water broke, y'all could get off the
no.
freeway. That's what I was saying.
If
Did
the water broke, I guarantee I get out of here. We'll wear another four-wheel
I
drive.
understand. I'm sorry she back here. Where you get off on? What's faster going back to Mission Park?
Hey, Tiana. Exit California.
Faster than Cali.
Should have done something and arrested them. They did absolutely nothing. You know, we got a bunch of fire trucks around here with tankers and water, and all they had to do is spray their ass down, zip cuff them, and haul them off, and they would stop doing
That
this
puts
kind of
so
crap.
many people into danger.
Here, move. We're opening up the freeway.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now the cops. Hey, go get those. They were blocking traffic. Isn't that illegal in San Luis Obispo? I mean, there were cops everywhere. Did you see that? At the end when they zoom in? Acting on orders from the mayor, Heidi Harmon, who's a member of the Democrat Socialists of America, San Luis Obispo chapter. I hope to God, I don't know. It's hard to tell because, after all, this is San Luis Obispo. How many of you have been to SLO before? I mean, the only thing I can say negative about SLO is it is crawling with fucking hippies and brain-dead liberals, communists, progressives, they're all there of every magnitude. Cultural, socialist, Marxist scum. That's the majority of San Luis. And it's too damn bad because, like I said, it's a great little town. It's a great little... I don't even have a big problem with their no-growth policy. I never really have. I kind of support it to a degree. You know what I'm saying? The no growth policy. You can't have buildings over 3 stories. I think 3 stories is the max. They pretty much kept they've kept construction under control there, and it lends to it. I mean, I wouldn't live in SLO if I lived there, but I'd live in the county. I used to live in Grover Beach. Arroyo Grande is the place. Oh, gosh, it's beautiful there. Arroyo Grande is really, I really like that. Pismo is just way too expensive, and the same with Morro Bay, although Pismo and Morro Bay would be terrific. I miss living over there, but I don't miss the freaking commies and the hippies, and I'm sure they're thick. You know they're thick now. All right, we got some stuff coming up. The comments from, let's see, who was it again? It was Madeline. Is it Madeline Dean from, I think, Pennsylvania? Congresswoman in Pennsylvania. We'll get to her comments about Bill Barr, and also we'll show you some little montage of what happened at the hearings here on Tuesday. They had hearings yesterday, right? They had hearings yesterday with the big tech guys. What a waste of time that was. Was that a waste of time or what? I didn't even watch. I saw some clips from it. Didn't even watch it. It was too. After the Bill Barr thing in the Judicial Committee, it was just there just wasn't much. There wasn't much desire on my part to see any of that crap. Go to for those of you watching on Facebook, please come over to Twitch. Come to our side. We've got cookies. They're really good. Peanut butter and chocolate chip. Come on over to the Jaz McKay Show at Twitch. It's www.twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show. Please join Twitch and watch us over here. It's a much better experience. You can jump into the chat room with Plastic Man or whoever that is, Body Bag, Bako Girl, and all the rest of them over here. And also increase my numbers. I'm doing the very best I can to increase the numbers of viewers watching this show on Twitch.tv, the same way as the Democrat Party is attempting to increase the numbers of people dying of COVID-19, which is the reason why they don't want you to know about hydroxychloroquine. We'll be right back with more. I think we have a commercial. Right? Do we have our break scheduled here? I certainly hope so. We'll get rid of that right there. It's twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show. This is Jaz McKay.
The Jaz McKay Show is on.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Hippie Fresh Air Freshener, the first room deodorizer for people who are stuck in the 60s. Yes, just open your Jimi Hendrix-shaped dispenser, and soon your home will smell as clean and fresh as a VW microbus, inhabited by 27 unwashed hippies from San Francisco's Haight-Ashbury district, circa 1967. That's Hippie Fresh Air Freshener. It kills the germs that cause bad vibes.
Do you really want your life looking like this? Cleaning up after others, flipping burgers for a living, unclogging toilets, living in this black and white world? Well, luckily, there's a way you can change all of that. With DeVry University, you'll learn the necessary skills and knowledge to be the best, most educated, overqualified, mess cleaning, burger flipping, toilet unclogging scholar with a degree. And you'll be in color. At DeVry University, we want you.
We want you.
We want you.
We want you
to pay us.
You will not regret it.
If only I could go back.
Hands down the best decision my parents ever forced me to make.
Everyone knows that the reason you go to college is for money. College means a degree. A degree means a job. And a job means money. And with DeVry, we can guarantee that we might get you to the degree part if you put in the work. Because really, you're doing all the work, not us.
I've never been so stressed out in my life. I never thought I'd ever wish to be back in high school again.
Yeah, maybe books are about $1,000 a year. Dorming and meal plans, add another 8. Tuition, $45. But the experiences, quality education, and friends you're going to be making along the way, priceless.
I finally got my degree in communication, and I only owe like $100,000.
With financial aid, scholarships, and the 2 part-time jobs I had while attending DeVry, I can pay back my loans in 20 years instead of 30.
Might as well call me Johnny, because I'm definitely in debt. Chances are, you will need a loan to be able to afford DeVry. But don't worry. You don't have to pay it back until right after you graduate, and that's a lot of time. Because if you thought you were going to graduate in a couple years, you're completely forgetting about the prereqs. At DeVry, not only can you choose to learn things that have nothing to do with your major, but you have to learn things that have nothing to do with your major. If you want to be a dentist, DeVry University offers Dentistry 101 right after you complete English 1 and 2, Calculus 205, 2 years of foreign language, the history of rock and roll, and women's studies. Because as a dentist, you never know when you're going to get a foreign rock and roll star asking you to calculate an equation while you're cleaning his teeth. Or her teeth. DeVry University may be a little pricey.
Stressful.
Time consuming. But let's be real, you're not going to be successful without it. Where else are you going to learn the necessary skills and knowledge for a job other than a professor?
Or books.
Or a hands-on internship.
Or the job itself.
Or Google.
Or even YouTube for a how-to video on it.
Exactly, nowhere. So what are you waiting for? Pay your application fee so you can apply today. And before you know it, you could be just like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Paying tuition at DeVry. If we accept you, that is. So choose DeVry University, because really, in our society,
What other choice do you have?
DeVry University, because everyone else is doing it.
California, here I come, where I can live with all the bums. Junkies and flunkies live on the street, pieces of feces underneath Pelosi's feet. California, what a state, the perfect place to defecate is right beside that Golden Gate. California, here I come. California, here I come, where all the actors are so dumb. They shame me and blame me for climate change, preaching with speeches, then fly out on their private planes. They tell me that I have to quit, then they do the opposite. They're all so full of Adam Schiff. California, here I come. Oh, California, here I come, a sanctuary city slum. Ladies with babies living with rats, abort them, deport them, for not if they vote Democrat. California, I've been blue since I've seen what you've turned into. We need to pooper scooper you. California, here I come. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Warning. Warning. Liberals and hippies should proceed with extreme caution. This is Jaz McKay.
And I'm back here, Buddy West. What's up, baby? What's happening? Yeah? Let's get our groove on here this afternoon. Sounds like one of them 70s TV shows, huh? I like the music there, Mr. Music Man. Bob, of course, over here, who provides all the music for us in the bumper rotation. Thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Jaz McKay Show. So, I was, oh, brother. Holy crap. That hearing the other day, you know, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. Didn't get too far into it. But then I saw this clip this morning, and I got to go back to it. I got to bring it up again. I saw a clip. I believe it's Congresswoman Madeline Dean. You know what I'm getting sick of? Just let me say here real quick. I am getting sick and fucking tired of all of the, we got this crap from, what's her name the other day? You know, the mayor, what's her name? Gordon Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, who, what? Lori Lightfoot, sorry. Gordon Lightfoot the other day, the mayor of Chicago, said that, Donald Trump is just, he's so anti-woman. He just hates women, and he's always got a problem with female mayors and female governors. Yeah, not so damn. Yeah, Beetlejuice. Not so damn. You know what she reminds me of, actually? Not so much Beetlejuice as much as the shrunken head guy at the end of Beetlejuice. That's what she looks like, especially with the collar that is like 9 sizes too big and her little pin head anyway. But I'm not going to criticize her for how she looks. I wouldn't do that. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of that. And then I saw Congress critter Madeline Dean, who was one of the folks who was grilling poor old Bill Barr the other day in the House Judiciary Committee. They're going to. I'm telling you, by this time next week, there'll be impeachment papers drawn up on Bill Barr. We have never impeached in the history of this great country of ours. We have never impeached a sitting attorney general, but I can almost guarantee you that it's coming. Another one of their last-ditch efforts to try and discredit and get rid of Trump or do him in before the election. By the way, I agree with him 100%. Postpone the election. He's not going to do that. It's just another way of tweaking those people. But anyway, so here's Dean. Here's what she had to say about Barr. She was asked on. She was on. I believe it was MSNBC, and she had some things to say about that Barr guy and how he was just the most rude witness that I have ever seen, the most horrible human being, and he was really mean to the women.
Truths and the falsehoods and hold him accountable.
What does holding him accountable look like, though? Are there any actual consequences?
We have many options for consequences. What I want people to know is we actually have to hold him accountable to the American people. You saw his affect yesterday. He was disrespectful, spoke over top of every one of us.
What?
In particular, he spoke over women.
Oh, please.
He was flanked by at least 10 staffers, not a person of color among them.
Oh,
and he couldn't identify that we have systemic racism in this country.
Oh, for the love of crap. You know, the guy talks about black-on-black crime, and they glossed right over that. They didn't want to talk about the black-on-black crime. You know, what's happening in Chicago, where the other day, I understand, only 3 people were killed in Chicago over the weekend. Did you hear that? Wow, that's amazing. Only 3. Over 2.5 days, only 3 people were murdered. Shot, I should say. There were other ways that people were murdered in Chicago. Of course, they've created some marvelous ways to murder people in Chicago, the home of Gordon Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago. So, listen to that again.
Truths and the falsehoods and hold him accountable.
What does holding him accountable look like, though? Are there any actual consequences?
We have many options for consequences. What I want people to know is we actually have to hold him accountable to the American people. You saw his affect yesterday. He was disrespectful, spoke over top of every one of us.
Spoke over top of everyone? Are you insane, you dumb broad, you? Now, see, she's hoping that the viewers of MSNBC didn't see what happened. She's hoping that the viewers of MSNBC didn't actually see the hearings. That's the only thing I can. I mean, what else could she possibly be assuming? That's got it, folks. That's got to be it. Because if you saw the hearing, well, let's watch just a little bit of it right here.
Isn't that correct? No. What is correct is that what is corrected on February 10th, Monday. No, I gave instructions as to what
reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
Well, you got to let him answer. Reclaiming my time.
On February 10th,
sir.
On February 10th, I directed.
Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time, and I know you don't want to answer.
You are wrong, Mr.
He was trying to answer, you blithering idiot. Who was that? Was that Howard Johnson? That congressman from Atlanta, right? From Georgia. That was Hank Johnson. He's the congressman that thinks Guam is going to tip over. Let's watch him again. Now, remember, you just saw You just saw Madeline, what's her name, from Pennsylvania say that he was talking over everybody and was so disrespectful. But watch this again.
Isn't that correct?
No. What is correct is that, what is correct that on February 10th, Monday, I gave instructions as to what
Reclaiming my time.
Yeah, I'm answering your question.
You gotta let him answer. Reclaiming my time.
On February 10th,
sir.
On February 10th, I directed.
Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time, and I know you don't want to answer.
You are wrong, Mr. Attorney General. He's found the investigation had been initiated properly.
He said he found
reclaiming my time without political bias.
He said he
and
found
in
no
April,
evidence.
reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time, reclaiming my time
without any remedy at all.
I'm reclaiming my time.
When people resist law enforcement, they're not peaceful.
Reclaiming my time. I'm surprised at your lack of respect.
Gentleman does not have the time.
I don't want the time. I want the Attorney General to be able to have enough time to respond to accusations and questions asked him, and you guys not cut him off.
What you want is irrelevant.
Do you have anything you want to say in response to the speeches that have been given by the other side, and then you've been cut off?
Yeah, well, let's on Lafayette.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Oh, really?
Tell me the name of the cases.
I don't have the name of the cases.
Where
South
were
Carolina and Alabama. You'll have a chance to comment after your testimony is done here today.
That it is not a self-defining term as they
only got 2 minutes, sir.
That they recognized.
Mr. Barr, if I
Yeah,
may.
but this is a hearing. I thought I was the one that was supposed to be heard.
Well, and I'm going to get there.
Reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. Reclaiming. Where the hell did reclaiming my time come from? I've been watching a lot of these hearings over the years, folks, and I can't recall hearing, I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time.
I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah, you want to speak on the battles I've won, but I'm reclaiming my time. All right. That's not why I brought you here to share it. I'm reclaiming my time. Yeah, don't read my resume because I was there. I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. Yes, I am. My time. Every minute. My time. Every second. My time. Stop talking. My time. Do you know the rules? My time. When it's my time. My time. I can take it back. My time. I'm reclaiming my time. Hey, what about the letter? Reclaiming my time. That I sent you way back when. Reclaiming my time. Give me the answer to my question. Reclaiming my time. Or don't open your mouth again. Yeah. Reclaiming my time.
It wasn't
reclaiming my time. In April.
Times is when does something actually become custom?
Reclaiming my time. This is not a trick question.
In this country.
I'm reclaiming my time, Mr. General.
Without any remedy at all.
I'm reclaiming my time. Let me share with you.
Well, you got to let him answer.
Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, sir. Reclaiming my time.
But he found
reclaiming my time without political bias.
He said he
and
found
in
no
April,
evidence.
Reclaiming my time, Mr. Attorney. Reclaiming my time. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Barr.
Occurring substances.
Attorney General, reclaiming my time.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Do these people actually think that that's the way you defeat Donald Trump? And then they have the audacity to come out there and say, oh, well, he would not allow us to ask questions, and he was rude. He was rude. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense to any of these. It makes about as much sense. Watch this. It makes about as much sense as this does. It makes about the same amount of sense as an 8 with an AK-47. It makes about as much sense as this. Are you kidding? You think?
Hey, no.
Oh! Yeah, you won, buddy. I mean, it really is. It's almost comical to see these people try and convince the American people that what they saw the other day was actually just the opposite of what they saw. To try to convince you, folks, that what you saw in those hearings was Bill Barr interrupting. And Bill Barr, this is how the Democrat Party works. This is how they work. This is how leftism works, and it always has. If you follow this stuff, if you pay attention, this is what they always do. They will always, the left will always do this. There's a psychological term for it. What is it? Transference or something like that. There's some kind of, highfalutin psychology term for it, right? Where you claim the other side is doing exactly what it's actually, wait a minute, you know what? It's actually in Rules for Radicals. It's in the damn book. It is. It's in Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals to blame the other side for doing exactly what you're doing. It's also a mental condition where you project. That's what it is. Projection. Thank you so much. It's projection. You're projecting your insanity on everybody else. No, we didn't cut him off. Well, look, doing this shit, they assume. Do you think they're right? Do you think they're right in doing this? I mean, I'm not saying. Do you think they're right in saying and claiming Bill Barr was not answering their questions and was interrupting everybody and was rude and disrespectful? No, of course they're not right about that. But are they correct in their assumption that the American people are not paying any attention? Are they right about that? I hope not. God almighty, I hope not. I hope you are, I hope at least you, the viewers of my podcast here on the Jaz McKay Show here when do we do this? We do this every freaking day at 12 noon. I hope my audience is paying attention. I hope that you're paying attention, that you're watching what's going on around you, and that you see the left in this country for what they are. They are absolutely, they are assuming, they're taking it upon themselves to assume that you people are idiots, that the voters in this country are morons, and that you have absolutely, you know what it reminds me of? Honestly, it reminds me of the way, like I've been in the media for a lot of years, and it reminds me of the way advertising, not the clients, not the advertisers, but the people that make the people that produce the advertising, people that produce. I remember this from over the years. I've spent 45 years working in the broadcast industry, radio and a little bit of television, but mostly radio. And the assumption is, in the advertising side of the business, and in some cases the on-air side, that you people are morons and that you'll do whatever they tell you to do. And especially with television ads. And you see this. Do you ever watch? Now, I DVR most all the shows I watch, so I just go right past the advertising. I go right past the commercials. They're just so god-awful bad and predictable. But those ad agencies that create most of these ads assume that you're an idiot. And they produce literally the most obligatory, generic bullshit to try and sell a product to you, whatever, or a service, doesn't matter. Could be a product, could be a service. But they will do their very best to give you pretty pictures for you to look at. Look at the pretty pictures. They do this they do this with television programming too. This is why network TV sucks. I can't watch network TV. I mean, I've got Dish Network, and I watch my cable channel. I've got certain shows that I watch, and you know what? Even some of those shows. For instance, I love. Well, I'm a collector. I collect all. I'm looking around me. I've got so much crap around me. So much. What can I show you? Okay, I collect old vintage toys, like crap like this. Okay, this is the stuff I collect, and I get a real kick out of them. It makes me. No, it makes me happy. These are a lot of the stuff that I have in my collection are toys that I had, back when I was a kid. I have a collection of G.I. Joe. One of these days, I'll show you all my G.I. Joe. Well, most of it. I have Hot Wheels. I have G.I. Joes. I've got all kinds of toy guns, and there's all kinds of stuff. I'm a collector, so I love watching shows. In particular, like American Pickers. Okay, I get a kick out of that show. Here's two guys traveling across the country, going into people's homes and people's barns and looking at people's collections of collectible crap, right? And that's what I want to see. But in order to see that, I'm expected to put up with some stupid freaking bullshit at the beginning of the show where Frank and Mike are driving in the van and talking about Frank's nose hair or something, and this is the reason I DVR shit, not just to get past the really bad commercials, but to get past all the stupid bullshit at the beginning of these shows. The same with Pawn Stars. I enjoy the show Pawn Stars. I don't want to see some goofball skit with Chum Lee. I'm not interested. But they put it in there. They put it in these shows because they assume that that's what humanizes the characters in the shows. Oh God, television, man. But politicians are the same way. They figure that if they show you some bright shiny object, that it'll capture your attention and you won't see what's going. The hand is quicker than the eye stuff, and they're doing something. You're looking over here while they're doing something behind their backs, and I hate that. I hate that in TV. I hate that in advertising. I hate that in politics. I just it's depressing as all hell to see this crap all the damn time, and it really does. It gets really annoying. It gets really annoying. I'm sure you know what I mean. Anyway, so I'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll regroup. Want to do some of the weird shit that I find on YouTube in a little while. And please, whatever you do, if you are watching us on either YouTube or on Facebook, please come on over to this side, all right? Come on over to twitch.tv. There's the address. You just type that into your phone or your computer. Register with twitch.tv. Trust me, it's not that difficult. Nobody's going to sell your information or anything like that. Go to twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show and sign up and create a Twitch account, and then click follow. Follow me, Jaz McKay, and watch the show from Twitch. There's a lot of reasons why. I'm trying to build up the audience numbers on Twitch for this show. Then I can do things like I can monetize this show in some way. And the way I want to do it is I want to produce T-shirts, hats, bumper stickers, all kinds of swag, and create a Twitch store. But I can't do that until I get a much larger audience than I have now to get to the next level at Twitch. Okay, so please, if you're watching on Facebook, on the Facebook stream, go to www.twitch.tv/The Jaz McKay Show and sign in and watch us here every day. We'll be right back with more right after this.
The Jaz McKay Show is on. This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Eat All You Want and Not Give a Damn Anymore Weight Control Center, the last resort for lifelong hefties who are sick of diets and exercise and want to start enjoying themselves for a change.
New this fall on the McCable Channel.
You are unique. You are different. You are special. We definitely get that. We understand everything about you, especially the way you talk online, like totes, BRB, and join the conversation. You say that, right? The point is, you are free. Free from words with vowels in them. Free from the restraints of natural hair color. Your hair is totally pink. You dance all the time. On the street, in your room, and definitely with your eclectic group of friends. Wow, Ephraim plays the ukulele. That's unexpected, but that's just how millennials roll, according to our thought leaders. Also, you love peace. Love it. Which is why you keep having peace parties on the street, where you express yourselves with colorful signs and spontaneous displays of patriotism. We think our products are great for peace parties. Another thing about you is that you never sleep. You are up till dawn, but you're high on life. Not drugs or anything like that. You are super happy with no drugs, no alcohol, and no ugly faces. That's what we like too, LOL. Here's an emoji that you've been known to use. See, we get it. You are also determined because you can't be held down. And you have just one night to make it happen. What is it? No, seriously, will you tell us so we can depict it in our ads? We know you care about causes. Us too. That's why we made our 100% plastic products 10% smaller that one time. And gender. Is it difficult for us to understand this one? We're just gonna go ahead and pass and hope you don't notice. But we do hope you notice we made our brand rainbow colored for Pride Week. What can we say? We're bold like that. Hashtag bold like that. Hashtag BLT. Can we do that? No? JK. Most of all, you guys are having fun. Fun with your phones. Fun with your apps. Can you remind us of the cool new app everyone is using again? We totes know, but we just wanted to see if you know. Wait, where are you going? Is this a BRB? Are you swiping left on us? No problem. We focus grouped this scenario, and we shall BRB as well.
Speaking truth to power. You're listening to the uncommon voice of the common man. Jaz McKay.
By the way, I've got a YouTube channel, and pretty soon I will have, well, I've got a BitChute channel too. I wanted to let you know about that, but they're both called The Jaz McKay Show. If you go there, we have a YouTube channel in particular that I want you to visit. We are creating all kinds of content for our YouTube channel, stuff to delight, entertain, and inform. Mostly entertain. It's mostly lighthearted stuff that I'm doing. over on the Jaz McKay Show YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. It's free. I'm trying to come up with as much original stuff as possible, and yesterday's show normally is shared. We stream it live on YouTube, and yesterday I was informed by the fine folks at YouTube that I would no longer be allowed to show you the video of the doctors. You know, those evil doctors, those dirty, rotten, evil doctors, those ones that want to kill you, those doctors that everybody is blocking right now. All those doctors that are just so dirty and rotten and filthy, and they're scummy, and they're trying to kill people, and they're hurting people, Jazz. The Frontline Doctors video that we showed yesterday on the program was banned, was blocked. The entire show was blocked on the YouTubes, which is why I'm also creating a BitChute, bitchute.com channel. So we got that. We got both of those channels for you. Most everything. I don't have much blocked over there. But I want to show you the person who is responsible for blocking me on YouTube. This is the YouTube. Let's see. This woman's name is Rudolph. This is Rudolph. She is or he. Wait a minute. It's a he? I'm being told it's a he. This is Rudy. It's Rudy? Okay. This is Rudy over at YouTube, and he's watching all of my videos to make sure that they don't violate community standards. Now, those doctors that we showed you yesterday, should I show it? Go ahead. Bring Rudolph up again one more time. There's Rudolph. I understand Rudolph also works at Facebook under the name Randy. And this is the person that sees to it that everything you post meets their community standards. So anyway, we did the video. We showed you a video the past 2 days. We've shown the videos of the doctors, the doctors on the steps of the Supreme Court and all that good stuff. And what was the best part of yesterday's video was at the end. Because, also the whole blocking and the banning of the video of the doctors talking about hydrochloroquine and the wearing of masks, the big mask debate that's going on. The big deal with all of that is apparently started with Twitter and what's his name? Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter, and he's also a doctor. I did not know that. And he is determined that what you see on Twitter has got to be medically correct, right? And he is determined that the CEO of Twitter has determined that that video of those doctors is not medically correct. And so he was actually there did you know this? Jack Dorsey of Twitter was at the latest press conference from the Frontline Doctors. And unless you watched all the way to the end of the Frontline Doctors video, you wouldn't have known that. Yeah, he was there. He was. Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, and this is his exchange with the Frontline Doctors as he confronts them.
COVID virus to yourself!
You got your spitting on me.
Keep your goddamn COVID virus to yourself! Your Trump virus!
My white brother!
Hey!
Black Lives Matter! What is wrong with you?
You know what?
Black Lives Matter!
The memorial of John Lewis didn't need the butt of corruption!
Let me ask you something,
The butt of corruption, Bill Barr's treasonous testimony!
Let me ask you
That's what it didn't need!
Shut up. You don't have anything to talk about but what, black people?
Every single goddamn traitor, everything evil supports Trump.
Black Lives Matter.
Which evil are you?
Black Lives Matter.
Keep your COVID virus to yourself.
Black Lives Matter.
Sir, your mask has a hole
Keep your corruption to yourself.
Antichrist, Black Lives Matter. You know what? I'm a
Yeah, you're a press center incarnate.
Listen,
You're a chump for Trump. A chump for Trump.
I remember you in Santa Monica.
I know.
And you used to be in Santa Monica.
Please. Oh, I'm not going anywhere.
How did you get here from
Share
Santa
me
Monica?
with your 666 dicks. Share me with the corruption that supports Trump. Come on.
Sir.
The devil always tells on itself. You tell on yourself, ma'am. You're not on the side of Black Lives Matter. You're betraying Black Lives Matter.
I'm black.
Yeah, but that's not.
You're white.
You know, you're not black on the inside. I'm more black than you on the inside at this particular point. Yeah. We're black.
That's
there were people during the times of slavery who
Stella Emanuel, one of the doctors.
You are my sister. I am you standing here.
And he's more black than she is, he says.
You are me standing there. Mine, no comment.
Come on. Social distance. Come on.
You know what I like? What I thought was interesting was the guy saying, "Didn't I see you in Santa Monica?"
The very first Americans were protesters. Protesters were the very first people to die for this country.
Sir, what's your profession?
What's your profession? I'll tell you what his profession is. His profession is a professional antagonizer. That's what he does. And the guy was right. He did see him in Santa Monica. As a matter of fact, he has appeared on a number of videos across the YouTubes. You'll find him on the YouTubes. You'll find him all over the interwebs. And that same guy, now I was joking around when I said that was Jack Dorsey, of course. I don't know who he is. But I thought he looked familiar. So I had to go back and dig into some Steven Crowder videos yesterday because I could have sworn I saw. Remember when Steven Crowder was doing the Change My Mind thing? He would go. Steven Crowder is one of my favorite. Absolutely, I love the guy. Go look up Steven Crowder. I think he's doing stuff with The Blaze. He's doing stuff at theblaze.com. But he's got his own YouTube channel, and he goes out. He's got a lot of balls. He's kind of like Breitbart was in that way. He will go right out and get right into the faces of the progressive, brain-dead liberals. And he takes a table and he puts an outrageous slogan on the table like abortion is murder, change my mind. And he'll sit there and invite people to come up and debate with him. And that guy you just saw there in that video, I swear I had seen him before.
No power
right,
above you.
Get up and leave.
No power
Get up and leave.
There's no power above you nor below you.
And
your responsibility to save life from extinction.
Leave.
Yeah, I'm going to stand right here. Hey, keep your hands off me, little boy. Keep your goddamn hands. What is this? Hey, keep your goddamn hands off me. What is this? What is this? Hey, boy, I'm going after my stuff, you tool.
Let him take his stuff.
I haven't raised my hand to you once. What is this crap? This crap. Eat you ass. You.
Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He tells people that his name is Jesus Christ.
Eat my butt.
This, of course, comes from the proverb.
Well, that was quite the interview. This clip was from Steven Crowder's Change My Mind series, and it recently went viral. So earlier today, Matt was scrolling through YouTube, and he came across this video, and then he immediately called me up and said, "You gotta check this out." And Matt and I then realized that we had actually interviewed the same guy a few weeks ago.
This guy makes it on all the internet interviews on the street.
Footage from the interview, but given this recent video and kind of controversy, we decided to release it. And in this interview, we did not try to antagonize him, and we allowed him to speak freely and share his perspective. So without further ado, I present Jesus Christ.
This is him. This is from the Zach and Matt Show.
All right. Thank you for doing this interview. What is your name?
Bruce or Jesus Christ, depending on your adventurous spirit.
All right. So clearly this guy was a little off his rocker.
So I'm guessing the answer to this question is no, but do you approve or disapprove of Donald Trump?
I approve of Antichrist Trump showing up to inspire all of the rest of the world, the people of conscience, to rise up and defeat him. Sometimes it takes someone as corrupt as Donald Trump to leverage up the best in everyone. Trump appeals to the worst in everybody, and you need a natural disaster of humankind before the best in people finally realize we're going to go extinct if we can't wake up and stop bowing down to all the tyrants.
Yeah. What is it? Is there like a specific? I know you were talking about the immigration and the go back to your country's comments. Is there like other policies or a style that you don't like?
It's the Putin.
You don't like that. I guess he's appeased Putin, like at least rhetorically.
No, I've met Russian after Russian since 2015 in my 1,081 days on the streets of Vegas, LA, Hollywood, and now here, desperately pleading with me to understand Trump is completely compromised and Putin's the most dangerous guy you're ever going to want to know. I met someone who must have been the mother of a Russian oligarch. I mean, wearing like $500,000, just begging with me to understand. She's in her 80s, She's begging with me to please understand Trump's compromised, and we are under attack.
So you're a full believer in the Trump-Russia conspiracy?
I'm a witness. That's what I am. I am a witness.
Interesting way to put it. Have you heard of any of the Democratic candidates that are running against Trump yet?
I'm running against Trump. I'm not a Democratic candidate. I'm running as an educator for 2020. A leader who leads from beneath can lift everyone up. I'm running as a homeless person and an educator to give meaning to land of the free, home of the brave, to make that mean something to us all personally instead of just be a continuous, nonsensical sales pitch for greedy people who will never see any danger to feel all courageous when they're anything but.
Now, there you go. That's it. I'm going to cut it off there because it's just a lot of rambling. But I actually like this guy. He's a street person. I don't know. I mean, obviously he says he's a homeless guy, and I'm sure he is. But what he is a loon. He's a street loon. He's a street performer, is what he is. And I love street performers. I really do. As long as they're harmless, and I think the guy is harmless. I don't think that. But his name is Bruce, and he calls himself Jesus Christ. And he's out there to get attention, and he does. Come to find out, he's been all over the internet. If you look along, that's the thing about YouTube. I mean, I find YouTube to be one of my favorite places to go on the internet for entertainment, purely for entertainment purposes. And YouTube is such a unique. I know that YouTube has I believe a streaming service for television like Netflix and all that, and I don't bother with it. I have a feature on my television that allows me to go to YouTube and just scroll through and look at stuff. I'm kind of old school, and I just do it on my computer. But you never know what you're going to find. Like, for instance, if you were to do a Google search, or I'm sorry, a YouTube search, well, Google, YouTube, same thing. But if you do a YouTube search, you'll find anything under the sun. I wanted to know for sure where to locate the input for the Freon, well, it's not Freon, on my truck so I could recharge the AC. I went to YouTube. I wanted to know how to operate this OBS system, which is what I use to do this show. I went to YouTube. I wanted to know more about I wanted a lesson in cooking or making meatballs. Okay. I did this just the other day. I wanted to watch somebody and I found it on YouTube, how to prepare meatballs. I mean, I just want anything you're looking for. And you can go and you can say on YouTube, I want to see a newborn baby singing Thunderstruck by AC/DC. And guess what? You will find it on YouTube, but you'll find much more than just a newborn baby doing Thunderstruck by AC/DC on YouTube. even
thunder. Thunder. Thunder.
Apparently, people on YouTube love Thunderstruck. Well, who doesn't love Thunderstruck?
Thunder. Thunder, that noise. Wow. Thunder.
Great job. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thunder.
Fantastic job. Beautiful. Thunder. Keep up the good work.
I was caught in the middle of the railroad track. Thunder. I looked around and I knew there was no turning back. Thunder. My mind raced and I thought, what could I do? Thunder. And I knew there was no help from you. Thunder. Sound of the drums beating in my heart. The thunder of guns tore me apart. And I was shaking at the knees. Could I come again? Please! Yeah. The ladies were so kind. You've been thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Yeah. The virus struck. The virus struck. Yeah. All right. We are doing fine, just not feeling so good. Yeah. All right. We are doing fine. The virus struck. Yeah. Virus struck. Thunderstruck. Rock will never ever die.
That's a whole channel, by the way, dedicated. Here's a band called Steven Seagulls and the hillbilly version of Thunderstruck. Yeah, sure, you got a mighty pretty mouth, boy. Why didn't you squeal like a pig? Now, this is actually really good.
I was caught in the middle of a railroad track. Moved around and I knew there was no turning back. My mind raced and I thought, what could I do? And I knew there was no help from you. Sound of the drums beating my heart. The thunder of guns tore me apart. You've been thunderstruck. Went down the highway, broke the limits, we hit the town. Went through the Texas, and we had some fun. We met some girls, some dancers who gave a good time. Broke all the rules, played all the fools. Yeah, they blew my mind. I was shaking at the knees. Could I come again, please? Yeah, the ladies were too kind. You've been thunderstruck. 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 I was shaking at the knees. Could I come again, please?
It's all about God, country, and guns. You're listening to the Jazzman, Jaz McKay.
Turn it up and piss somebody off.
Well, that is going to do it for us here. Hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. I get a kick out of all that stuff. I love me some YouTube in the afternoon. You never know what you're going to find. Like George Carlin said, you can probably find a left nostril inhaler with your state motto on it if you look long enough and hard enough. Probably find two things that have never been nailed together before. You'll find it, and if you want something weird and off the wall, you'll find it on the YouTube. That's not good. For me, Jaz McKay, I'm out of here, baby. Be back with you tomorrow. Until then, remember, God bless America. God bless our law enforcement. And death to the New World Order. All right, Bob. Cue the dancing girl.